Okay, so welcome back to another video of this chapter. Is it being recorded? Yes. This is the second video about biology, living beings, and their structure of this chapter. Okay, we have already created the first video. If you haven't watched the first video, then I would recommend you to watch that video. I'll give you the link of the full playlist in the description box. Watch that video first and then come to this one, because if you haven't watched that video, then you will not understand this video. You need to watch that video first. Okay, so let's start this topic, this chapter. So let's start this topic. Let's start our video. So like I already told you that we have already created the first video. First go ahead, watch that video and then come to this one. So, but still I will revise a little bit what we learned yesterday. So yesterday we learned that how our body is formed. I mean, how different stages of the body is formed. So the basic unit is cell. The basic unit of the life of organisms is what? Cell. Cells, they unite together, they come together to form what? Tissues. And then after tissues unite together to form what? Organs. In our body, this thing happens in all living organisms. First there is the cells, they unite together to form tissues, and then tissues unite together to form organs, different organs like kidney, heart, brain, right? Lungs, right? So these organs are formed by tissues, right? And tissues are formed when cells unite together, they form tissues. So cells, then tissues, and tissues, they unite together to form organs, heart, kidney, liver, those organs. And these organs work in coordination to form a body system like circulatory system, nervous system, digestive system. So in this system, many organs work together. So they work in coordination to form a proper system like digestive system. And there are many different organs which work together in digestive system to form this proper system, right? Nervous system, circulatory system. So in these kinds of body system, there are many different organs which work in coordination, right? So organs, they work in coordination to form what? Body systems. And then body systems, they form the whole organisms, right? In our body, there are many types of systems, like what? Circulatory system, digestive system. So these systems work together to form a proper organism, right? Focus here, organism. So our final stage is what? Organism. So here, yesterday we learned this thing, how an organism is formed. Is it being recorded? Yeah. Yes? Yeah, it is being recorded. Okay. So this is what we learned yesterday, and let's start with today's topic. So if you want to learn about these things in more detail, then you have to watch the previous video. Okay, so let me erase this thing, and now let's start with our today's topic. Living beings and their structure. This is the chapter. So here we have living beings vary in size. Vary. Do you know the meaning of vary? They are different in sizes. It's VARY, not VERY. Vary means too many, and this vary means different. Right? So living beings are different in sizes. Living beings vary. Living beings vary in size. Some of them are very some of them are very small, whereas some of others, some of others are large. That so there are different size of different living beings. Some of them are very small, and some of them are very large. Like what? Blue whale. It's like one of the largest creature on the earth. Like that. And if you talk about the smallest living beings, then those are bacteria, right? Different small microscopic organisms. So those are the very smallest living organisms, and big ones are blue whale, sharks, that and elephant, giraffe. They are the biggest living organisms. The tiny living beings can't be seen with our naked eye. So we can't see the tiny living beings with our naked eye. We need to observe them through a microscope. So we need a special machine called what? Microscope. We can't see them with these normal eyes. We need a machine which is called microscope. Right? Well, so these are very basic things that I'm teaching you. It's not hard. It's just like facts, right? Living beings are classified into different groups. So living beings, they are classified into different groups on the basis of their cellular complexity, cellular organization, cellular organization, body structure, and mode of nutrition. So different organisms are classified into different groups on the basis of these things: cellular complexity, cellular organization, body structure, and mode of nutrition. Right? So this is what we have. Let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so after this we have this thing, living cells. Living cell. Let's talk about this. Living cell. We have already studied that the body of plants and animals both is made of very small structures called cells, right? So like a couple of minutes ago I told you that we have also talked about that in our previous video, cells. So if you want to watch that one, I'll give you the link below. We have studied that the body of plants and animals both is made of very small structure called cell. So cell is the basic unit of the life of living beings, right? It is the smallest unit, smallest structure. You can say it is the building block of all the living organisms. Very small block. And these small blocks, they they come together to form tissues, and then tissues, they come together, they unite to form organs, and organs, they work in coordination. They work together to form a body system, like respiratory system, nerve system, right? Circulatory system, and those systems, they work together to run our whole body, right? And to form the whole organism. So basically cells are the smallest, are very small structure, right? The body of plants and animals both is made of very small structures called the cell. It is not only about animals, plant, every living organism, whether it is plant, animal, microbes, a small microscopic creature, any living organism, they are made of what? Cells, right? Cells are considered to be the structural and functional unit of life, right? The structural unit and functional, they structure our body, right? Focus here. Cells are considered to be the structural and functional unit of what? Life. Focus here on the whiteboard. This is because they are very basic building blocks of living beings. So why they are considered to be structural and functional unit of life? Because they are the basic building blocks of living organisms, right? Providing a foundation for tissues, organs, and entire organism. So cells provides a foundation for what? Tissues, organisms, and tissues, organs, and entire organisms. So basically, cells provides a base. Foundation is a base, right? A base for tissues, organs, and the entire organism, right? So that is why it is considered to be the structural and functional unit of life, because they are the basic building blocks, tiny blocks that shape the entire organism, that make up the entire organism. Every part in our body is made up of what? Tiny cells, right? Cells not only provide a structural support. So now, after hearing these things, some people will think that cells, they only provide a structural support. Structural support means our body is made up of cells. It is not only that. It does more things than the structural support, right? Cells not only provide a structural support, but also carry out essential life functions such as respiration, digestion, reproduction, and excretion. Right? So cells not only provide structural support, but they also carry our important life functions. Important life function means important life function that we do, right? That we need to run our body, like respiration, the breathing, right? So that thing is good. That's respiration. Respiration, cells play essential role, important role. So this is respiration and digestion, to digest our food that we eat, reproduction, excretion, right? So in these things, cells play an important role, right? Cells are not only structures, cells not only provide a structural support to our body, but they do these, but they carry out our essential life functions, right? Such as, like I already told you, respiration, digestion, reproduction, and excretion. Cells take in nutrients, convert the nutrients into energy, and get rid of waste products, right? So here you need to understand this. Focus here on the whiteboard. So what this sentence is saying: cells take in nutrients, convert the nutrients into energy, and get rid of waste products. So what cells do? They basically take the nutrients from the food that we eat, right? The food that we eat in our daily life. So they take the nutrients, and then they convert those nutrients into what? Energy. They convert those nutrients into energy and get rid of the waste products. And they the food that we eat, from that food they take the nutrients, and then they convert into those new nutrients into energy, and the waste, and get rid of the waste, the thing that we don't need from our food. We eat any food, and then from that food nutrients are taken out, right? And the thing that is a waste is thrown out of the body, right? How it is thrown, I think you already know. Right? Cells also have the ability to reproduce their own kinds. So reproduce their own kinds means they also have the ability to form cell, to form another cell like them. So they produce their own kind. Cells also have the ability to reproduce their own kind. They also have the ability to form a cell of their own kind, like him, right? So that was of living cell. Still there is something left in this topic that we will discuss tomorrow in our next video, right? The video is already 16 minutes long, so I hope you have enjoyed this thing. It was a very cool and fantastic video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and take the screenshot